Ladies and gentlemen, السلام عليكم ومرحبا بكم في another YouTube video. اليوم إن شاء الله غادي نبداو في new series. It's a Portswigger Web Security Academy series. إذا ما كنتش تعرف واش هو Portswigger, basically it's a free and online security training from the creators of Burp Suite. Burp Suite, نعطي لك ملخص خفيف عليها. It's a software used for web security testing. This is not the only use case. يعني باش نكون صريح معكم. ولكن عندها بزاف features like a proxy, intruder, repeater. You can learn about it yourself. You're gonna learn much more. علاش راني ندير في هذه السيريز؟ Basically I'm interested. راني باغي expand the knowledge تاعي، باغي نشارك معكم رحلة التعلم ولا learning journey. I don't know why this sounds very poetic when I say it in Arabic. Yeah. كيفاش غادي نتعاملوا مع السيريز تاعنا؟ Basically there are labs. ياك في هذه الأكاديمي. Lab is like an exercise في ليتكود، يعني صورة مقربة. A lab is basically a website that has a vulnerability and we exploit that vulnerability. We're going to read the lab, we're going to explain the lab. Par exemple هنايا what's an OS command injection? What's the who am I command? Bon, على بالي what's a who am I command? I hope you guys know. And then we're going to solve the lab. So if that sounds interesting to you, let's hop in. Okay, so lab تاع اليوم هو an OS command injection vulnerability. It's a simple case. نقراو اللاب واش يقول. قال لك this lab contains an OS command injection vulnerability in the product stock checker. The application executes a shell command سطر لي عليها مليح هذه containing a user supplied product and store IDs and returns the raw output from the command in its response. To solve the lab, execute the whoami command to determine the name of the current user. كما قلت لك, let's now decipher text هذا. First of all, what's an OS command injection? غادي نعطيها لك بمثال بسيط. I'm just I was doing my preparations, you know, to give the best content. ما على باليش علاش راه يدير كيما هكا. Anyway, let's just go here. So let's say, for example, that you're a client. Okay, you're a person just browsing the web, راك تدخل Facebook, تدخل Instagram. I don't know. I know that Instagram is used on the phones. معليش. يعني تدخل يوتيوب، تدخل بزاف websites. من تدخل لهذوك الويب what you're essentially doing is sending a request to the server. The server هو machine راهي sitting in the backend راهي تسيرفي لك بهذوك resources, videos, audio إلى آخره. يعني text. هذه صورة مبسطة بزاف، يعني don't quote me on this. بس يعني that's essentially what happens. So you're the client, you're sending an HTTP request to the server. Now the server sees your request, says, okay, this is a request. What kind of request is this? Oh, it's a GET request. Let me just give him what he wants. And he gives you the resource. If it's a post request, he does another thing, a lot of things, you know. This is the response. Look and tell كclient ماكش عارف واش يصرا في السيرفر. ياك you're just sending a request, getting a response. Now server هذاك في ال HTTP request تاعك par exemple في المثال تاعنا غادي تبعت له ID وغادي تبعت له a store ID. For example like this. راك باغي تعرف شحال كاينه product في الستوك هذاك البرودكت، ما تبعت له الاي دي تاع البرودكت تاعك وتبعت له الستور اي دي وين غادي يحوس basically. وهذا السيرفر instead of doing some database querying ولا حاجه كيما هكا interactions with the database etc directly, واش راه يدير؟ راه يسيرفي الانفورميشن تاعك the ID and the store ID to a command, to a shell script ولا a shell command, you know. هذه shell command it's sitting on your system. It's doing the work, تبعت الwork للserver, and then the server sends the HTTP response to you. هذا problem. علاش problem؟ باسكو إذا ما كانتش كاينة data filtering ولا some blacklisting etc يعني some protection هنايا، أنت واش تقدر تبعت؟ تقدر تبعت معاه هادو information a command, for example ls كيما على بالنا it's a command to list the current directory. And now you're not sending this, ما راكش تبعت هذه، راك تبعت معاهم another command which means the other command will be executed on your system. تسمى هذه هي vulnerability that we're dealing with. It gives you arbitrary command execution. You know. So yeah, I hope I explained this right. Now let's just get into the lab. واش قال لك اللاب؟ قال لك to solve the lab, execute the who am I command to determine the name of the current user. إذا فهمت اللاب ياك غادي نخلي لك لينك لهذا اللاب down below in the description. Go try it out yourself. See if you can solve it. A hint, you're going to use Burp Suite as a tool خلينا نقوله. And yeah, try it out yourself and come back for the solution. Let's go. Okay, assuming باللي حاولت قدر المستطاع باش تحل اللاب هذا وما لقيتش الإجابة ولا لقيت الإجابة وراك باغي تستمتع بالفيديو مرحبا بك. Either way, we're going to access the lab and we're going to solve it. Bon, I already solved the lab كيما راك تشوف بصح يعني for educational purposes. Let's walk through it. So we're going to pick a product. يعني كما على بالك هو واش قلنا this lab contains an OS command injection vulnerability when in the product stock checker. تما أنا واش راح ندير؟ راح نروح للcache product, I don't know, maybe this product for example, وغادي ندير check stock. As you can see, the response هنايا is 52 units. It's given up the number of units اللي راهم كاينين في الستوك تاعنا. دوكا as I am right now, I'm not getting any insight. ما عنديش information to what's happening, what's the request that is happening. I cannot intercept the request and change it. تسمى واش غادي ندير؟ I'm gonna go to Burp Suite. ياك غادي نحل Burp Suite وغادي نشوف الريكوست اللي راهي تتبعت. Look, I'm just gonna run through the just simple stuff. Just please wait. No, I don't want to update. Okay, we're going to go to the proxy tab and we're going to turn on intercept. Yeah, بصح قبل ما نديرو هاد العفسة, we have to enable the proxy هنايا. Go to Burp Suite and we're going to turn on the intercept and you're going to notice when I click on check stock, ياك واش غادي نشوف الريكوست اللي راني باعتها in my Burp Suite program. So I'm clicking on check stock, حتى حاجة ما يتصرى. Instead, what I'm seeing here is a post request. ياك to /product/stock وكما قلت لكم with a product ID of 10 and a store ID of 1. تسمى what I'm gonna do, ياك, this is what essentially this does. I'm assuming, of course, على حسب هو ما قالنا. هذه in the backend, it's doing this command وراح يعطي لها 10 and 1. This is what's executing in the backend on your system, on his system, of course. دروك حنا واش غادي نديرو؟ غادي نحاولوا نبدلوها، غادي نعزلوا ما بين two commands with a semicolon ولا a pipe ولا حاجة، يعني anything you want. And we're going to just execute who am I كما هو طلب منا. يقول لك to solve the lab, execute the who am I command to determine the name of the current user. And hopefully what we're going to see the current username displayed here. في بلاصة ما يكون عندنا 52 units برك. So what we're going to do في request تاعنا, we're going to separate the one and this command and we're going to just type who am I and we're going to forward the request. We're going to forward the request اللي راهي معدلة من طرفنا حنا. So when we click on forward and we go back, who am I? Not found. I guess I'm solving this lab for the second time. So I'm going to check again. I'm going to forward. And as you can see, yeah, weird stuff, you know. To be honest. If anyone knows, just tell me in the comments. I think it's something with the congratulations you solved the lab. It's literally the same thing if you go back. المهم, this is the username. Congratulations, you solved the lab. And that's it. So yeah, a little interesting vulnerability to explore. Anyway, إذا استفادت من الفيديو, إذا عجبك الفيديو, إذا كان عندك شما feedback you want to give, things I've done wrong ولا حاجة كيما هكا, ولا things you might want to see, صندوق التعليقات ولا الكومنت سيكشن راهي مفتوحة لك. مرحبا بك. ومع الأخير واش نقول لك, في أمان الله.